Hello everyone, I am Shahriar Rahat, a student of Master's Final Year English Department. Today I am going to discuss a topic from English Honours Second Year. The name of the topic is As You Like It, written by William Shakespeare. Now I am going to discuss on the themes of the comedy. Number 1, Romantic Love. As You Like It mocks traditional dramatization of love, inspiring folly, servitude and sorrow in its victim. Orlando's bad omnipresent poetry, Sylvia's slavish commitment to Pip, a plain and unloving shepherdess, and Rosalind's Oliver and Pip's speechless and instantaneous infatuation, they fall in love at first sight, are exaggerated instances of the dramatized representation of love, and the play is mocking. At the end of the play, Rosalind serves as a fair judge of love, assessing the relationship of each character in the play and rationally determining who shall marry whom. The final scene is a grand wedding with vows, and between four couples, Rosalind and Orlando, Celia and Oliver, Touchstone and Audrey, and the Sylvius and Pip. The play concludes by celebrating a more reasonable and sustainable form of love, demonstrated in 4 instances of its most potent and permanent manifestation. Number 2, Deception, Disguise and Gender. As You Like It is structured around the acts of deception and complicate the play's narrative and allows for events to unfold that otherwise might not. The primary trickster of the play are Rosalind and Celia, who disguise themselves in order to undetected into the forest of Arden. Rosalind dresses as a man and goes by the name Ganymede. Celia pretends to be a shepherdess and calls herself Eliana by constructing false appearances and pretending themselves dishonestly. Rosalind and Celia incidentally inspire their lovers to act more truly and honestly towards them. When Rosalind is dressed as Ganymede, Orlando reveals to her how deeply he loves Rosalind. Without knowing that he is addressing her, Rosalind disguise thus permit Orlando to speak more openly and perhaps less intentionally than he might if he knew the true identity of the conversation partner. Celia's satire does not alter her seemingly identity as radically as Rosalind, but it too changes her lover initially conduct around her by making her seem to be not out of courtly upbringing. Whereas Rosalind's disguise provokes honest speech from her lover, Celia tests the honesty of her lover's love. In fact, that Oliver falls in love with her despite her shepherdess exterior indicate how genuine his love is. When Rosalind and Celia acts out role, they alter not the way of act but also the way the other people act towards them. The instances of disguise and deception, along with serving important plot points and providing great comic potential, thus represent the play acting and deception performed by every character in the play. Moreover, every person in his or her life. They illustrate the exaggerate extent to which all the world's stage and every man and woman merely players. Number 3, City life versus country life. Pastoral literature thrives on the contrast between life in the city and life in the country. Often it suggests the oppression of the city can be remedied by trip into the country's therapeutic woods and fields. That person's sense of balance and rightness can be restored by conversation with uncorrupted shepherdess and shepherd. This type of restoration in turn enables one to return to the city a better person capable of making the most of urban life. Although Shakespeare tests the bounds on those conventions, the shepherdess Audrey, for instance, is neither articulate nor pure. He begins As You Like It by establishing the city or country dichotomy, the injustices of life and Oliver, and complains that he knows no wise remedy how to avoid it. Later in the sense, Charles relates the whereabouts of Duke Senior and his followers. Remedy is clear and In the Forest of Arden, many young gentlemen fleece the time carelessly they did in the Golden World. Indeed, many are healed in the forest. The lovesick are coupled with the lovers, and the usurped duke returns to the throne. But Shakespeare reminds us that life in the Arden is temporary affair. As the characters appear to be, as the characters prepare to return life as a court, the play does not lord the country over city life and vice versa. Thus, instead, suggests the delicate and necessity balance between the two. This simplicity of the forest provides the shelter from the strain of the court, but also creates the need for urban style and sophistication. The one would not do or every matter without the other.